Here's to our club, Skip Wrape, Michael Gardner, our terrific Cape West Rotary members. And they are here to give us the latest update in celebration of out of poverty through education success. Of course, our club partnered with OPTE to help with some of the funding with the school in Haiti. But Skip has been working tirelessly for years now, trying to bring hope to the children in Haiti, bringing them education and hopefully a better opportunity of life. And so we're excited to have Skip and Michael share their story and their success down in Haiti. So please help welcome Skip Wrape and Michael Gardner.
Hey, thank you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and show a little video here in a sec. But I do want to kind of put a little recap. You know, this has been a long journey that we all started out here, and I do appreciate it. And you know, there's a lot of people in this room that have been great supporters of OPTE and of this school. And Michael and I got to kind of reap some of the benefits because we got to see the school open the first week of October, which we're going to go ahead and show you here. So I do really appreciate you know, the whole Rotary Club, and then some people have really stepped up. And you know, we've been through a lot with this thing, everything from earthquakes to closing the airport because of riots. We couldn't go in, and it's been one thing or another. Haiti is definitely a different game. This club had contributed close to $30,000 to help build this school, so it's something really to be proud of. You know, another thing, through this journey, I always want to say, and I think people have done things like this before know, I always knew that you guys had my back, so that was good. I always knew you were there. Let me go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the video a little bit, and then I'm going to have Mike talk about his experiences. So you don't have to listen to me all the time. This is a unique young lady. She got in front of me one time, and I didn't know why she just kept standing in front of me, and finally I realized she had blue eyes. She wanted me to see that she had blue eyes, and I finally did, and I took a picture. I thought that was a unique picture. This is where I'm starting out with some of the kids that we've helped, that we've seen over the years, that you know, are basically in the area of Tomasik, Haiti. That some of them are going to go to our school, some of them are going to the other school, but there's plenty of kids to go. And basically what we saw is the school's starting out with about 120. We can take 270, but if you figure you got 6 grades, you just can't fill them up right away. You got to have 6th graders that have maintained 6th grade and they can read. And also you want to have a good reputation for the school, which is now called Hope Academy. We also want, when one of our graduates comes out, that it is, you know, taught in the right way. So we're starting out with a whole lot of preschoolers, and we've got some 1st graders and 2nd graders, and they're starting to evaluate more of the kids. This is just kids playing in the street. I don't know if you noticed the goats and stuff. This girl's amazing. She's waving with one hand and got a hand out on the other. That's typical Haiti, too, the colors and everything else in that picture that some of you have gone down there with me would attest to. This is before the school was built within the walls. This is a little Haitian house right across the street from a church in Haiti. And this is the committee that we made down there. It was very important that we had people, one of them's a Baptist minister and some others, that we have people on the ground there because they're the ones that run it. We don't know the language, we don't know the customs. It's been difficult. Now we're starting some of the construction at the kitchen. And the depot, they call it, or the storage room. I will say, I'm proud of one thing. This building's not coming down easy. We had some fights with the Rotary Club down there. They kind of went with substandard stuff. But if you look at these bars here, these bars, that's for earthquakes. So that means that you know, it was engineered so this thing's not coming down on the kids. So you can feel sure that, and it's got concrete ceilings. This thing's going to be there for a while. That was Lowell Peterson from the downtown club, and one time that he went with me. This is outside, kind of looking in.
It's not a prison. I'm assuming that's security for the kids.
Yeah, it is kind of security. The kids look at it that way though, but if we have water in there, we have a well the Rotary put in, we have food in there, and also the kids get in there and they feel safe. It's their safety, so that's why they do it. This is Larry O'Reilly of O'Reilly Auto Parts, and I put him in front of a little auto part place, took his picture. He hadn't really donated that much, but he was in that picture. And here you can see this. I wish I would have done more. Shop at the there.
After a while, you tell it like it.
Yeah, tell him like it. I can put that out there.
Skip will have to overdub another audio track.
We ended up making all the desks in Tomasik, so it was all local labor. And let's see if this thing, you should be able to hear this.
This is the hostage video, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Just, pull that line backwards.
We had it a second ago, didn't we?
Just, hey, Skip,
Yeah.
the blue line that's moving across there, just grab the end of it and pull it backwards.
There you go.
You need that fixed for factory.
There's that
Here we go. It ought to go.
O'Reilly guy again.
No,
Golly.
we can't hear it yet. Well, wait until that starts, because there's no, I think I got the audio up enough here. All right. Yep. Here we go. Yep.
That's working.
That's the nun. This one on my right hand side is she's from Brazil, but boy, did we fall in a lucky one with this one, because she's got a strong personality and she's going to run that school. You can see she put it down and she tells you what she wants, and that's really good. You can see that's when Ted went with me last year, and we had the banner up, and here the school is. That's Mike Gardner here in the middle, and Kim Hope over on the side.
I'm very happy to show you Hope Academy, Tomasik, Haiti. The school is done. We have kids going to school here now, and this is exciting. Cape Girardeau, you should be proud.
And there's the kids out in front. Why don't you come up and give some of your trip experiences?
Well, I've been involved in this project since the beginning, but this was the first time in early October that I've actually been down there. Those of you who know me well know I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so it was a big deal for me to go to Haiti, I'll tell you. Actually, as it got close, I was very nervous about it. I left my wedding ring at home, and see how you all think. I was worried about getting mugged or getting sick and so forth, and I was worried about the food. So I went to Walmart and I bought like 50 or 60 granola bars, and I brought all this bottled water with me. So I thought, well, I can exist on this if I don't feel comfortable with the food there. But to my surprise, the food was good. It was goat meat, but it was good. Rice, and basically that's all we ate. with goat meat and rice. It was good. And I never felt unsafe, and everything went off without a hitch. I mean, there was nothing about the trip that did not go according to plan. So I would encourage, you know, any of you who would think about going down there, I'd encourage you to go. And Skip is kind of a hoot to go on a trip with him. What surprised me the most about the trip to Haiti was how happy everyone seemed. You would think that they would be, you know, down and frustrated, but they weren't. They all would smile, and the children seemed very happy. Of course, they don't know any different. They've never been off of that island. The vast majority of the people we saw there have never been off that island and probably never will. But they're very happy, and the thing that struck me was how open they are with their religious faith. You would see people all over the place with Jesus on their shirt, or even on vehicles, they would have Jesus painted on the side of the vehicle. So I think that might have something to do with their positive attitude. The road conditions varied. They have, it seems I waited the right amount of time to go down there because they keep adding this sort of freeway, so I got to enjoy that. It used to take twice as long to get to the school than it does now. But the last bit of it is on some very rough dirt roads that go down deep. You have to cross little streams, and you have to go up big hills and everything. So there were some times there that I wondered whether this vehicle was going to get stuck or not, particularly when we were headed back to catch our plane. So that worked out. I was pleased about that. The dedication ceremony was really wonderful. We had a mass in there, and then the school was blessed, and there were local officials there. The mayor of the town was there, and he's giving Skip Wrape the key to the city of Thomas C. Haiti, incidentally. And a representative of the education department for Haiti was there and spoke. He spoke in French Creole, so I didn't really catch what he had to say, but he was there. It really was a nice ceremony. The children were all there, and you notice in some of those pictures that a lot of these children are dressed in sort of nice-looking uniforms, and that's part of the culture there, is that you'll have kids that will wear a nice school uniform to school, but then they'll go home and they live in a shack. Their culture is it's important for them to sort of dress up, and they like to wear uniforms. That's another cultural thing I thought was interesting about them. But we also saw levels within poverty. There are class levels there, and we saw people living in absolute squalor. We saw, you would see 3-, 4-, 5-year-old boys who would be wearing nothing but a t-shirt walking around the little village area, and they would be in front of the shack where they lived. But then you would see children who had on clothes that a kid here would wear. So I think there are levels of poverty, and what this school that we've built is designed to do is to try to provide a school for those kids who aren't able to get in anywhere else. So we're really trying to make a difference with that. After the dedication, because I was comfortable with the goat meat, I thought it would be a good idea to just hand out all these granola bars to the kids, which, if you're ever in that kind of situation, I'd advise you to not try to do that. It quickly turned into a mass of people around me, little kids all reaching out, and you don't have that on video, do you?
No, I don't. You know what? I had that picture, but I don't have that.
Within 30 seconds.
We quickly had a riot going.
Yeah, it was a little riot, and within 30 seconds, all the granola bars were gone, as was the little backpack I had them in. So somebody's got that down there. That's fun. I would just say it's been a wonderful project. Many people have worked on this. Many people down in Haiti, many people here in the Cape Girardeau area. But I'll tell you, there's no one who has worked on this project harder than Skip Wrape.
You're here.
And to show our appreciation appreciation to Skip, I'd like to present you with some.
Wow.
It's a bag full of granola bars.
So this is after 5 years of hard work.
Wow.
A plaque with a picture of the school, and it says, Dedication of Hope Academy, Thomas C. Katie, October 2nd, 2013. So, thank you. I'd also like to echo Skip's comment earlier about thanking this club and all of the members of it who have been so supportive of this project for so long. I know there's people who, anytime you're involved in a project involving a third world country, there's skepticism, which is healthy, and concern about how it will turn out. Well, it turned out, and the school is built, and the kids are going there today, and it wouldn't have happened without this club. So we thank you very much for all your help.
Anybody have any questions of Skip or Bear Grylls?
Skip.
Yeah.
Do you have another project laid out?
No, not yet.
On the roof, you see rebar standing.
Yes. They do that at every building in Haiti. And it's funny how, if anybody that's ever been there will point that out, because they're always planning on building the second floor.
Okay.
No, we're not going to build a second floor.
Okay, that's where my question
But
was.
they do it. They leave it all the time. And there's also something else I heard tax-wise. And I know in some of those countries, if you leave the rebar up, you can say that your building's not done and you don't have to pay taxes. So some people have come back and say, oh no, we're under construction, so we don't have to pay a finished tax.
Don't try that here. Any other questions?